Everybody, welcome back. We're going to do some Bob Wyatt patterns. The deer hair sedge and the deer hair emerger. And then the same fly basically for small hooks, the snowshoe hair emerger. And so we're going to use curved hooks here. You can use any color thread you want, but I'm going to use this like grayish tan deer hair. Mr. Wyatt prefers a light color so you can see it. I'm going to use a curved hook that's like a clinkhammer style hook, size 16. And for dubbing, he loves hair mask mixed with seal's fur, different colors, but you know, you can do the colors to match you know, the insects in your stream. But basically, you know, Bob is into very impressionistic flies, and most insects have this greenish brown color to them. So other than any you know, slight difference there, be it black or some other color, you know, might be handy, but pretty much your brownish olive color is going to cover you. And so he dubs and ties back down the curve of the hook to you know, make a tapered body, a skinny body, a fat body. You know, it all depends what you can do. You can vary that, and then brings the tying thread back through as the rib. And then we're going to tie the deer hair facing forward. This is his 2.0 version, so this is not the first way in which he tied it. This is going to be the second way. So I go around 1.5, pull up, 1.5 again, pull up, couple tight wraps back, and then the 2.0, he cuts this back here and leaves like a clump, add a little extra flotation and balance. And we're going to wrap through the hair in 2 chunks, 1, 2 coming to the front. I missed some, so in Adam's case it's 3 times to stand that up. And then we're going to dub the thorax, which is the front. So the wing sits a little bit back, the curved part down is the abdomen, and the top flat part, which is in this case in front of the wing, is the thorax. And this is just hare's mask, so it's a little bit darker. And the wing is really for the angler and to float the fly. This is an emerger pattern, so there are no wings yet. The fly is coming out of its shuck or leaving its pupa state, and so no wings yet. So this is just about it riding in the film. And so that deer hair there takes floating really nicely, and the rest is hanging down below. So we're going to do now a standard dry fly hook for the deer hair sedge. Now this pattern, you know, Bob fully admits he did not invent, if you will. There's Hair Wing Sedge patterns going all back from all different regions, different basic variations. Of course, the elk hair caddis is one of the most famous, but that has predecessors as well. But here his is just basically, again, a dubbing mix, very similar to the dubbing mix we just did, wrapped back. And again, you can do it slender or as fat as you want, and then wrap through with the tying thread to create the rib and to, you know, hold that all down and bind it down, and then to make a hair wing, you know, laying back like a sedge pattern. But he uses this fly for all kinds of stuff. So again, 1.5 wrap, pull up, and then I'm going to go through the butt ends, because we're going to cut the butt ends muddler style. This is maybe where it differs a little bit from some of the other Hair Wing Sedge kind of patterns, ever so slightly. But basically, Bob uses this fly for so many things, to cover all different kinds of insects and hatches. He's a generalist in terms of pattern, really believes in presentation first and foremost. So size, where in the water column, and how the fly behaves is much more important than, you know, minutia details of you know, showing specific amount of legs and you know, a super detailing color. So this pattern works really, really well for that. And again, the deer hair is very stable, very strong, takes floating really well, lasts for many, many fish. So just like the deer hair emerger, the deer hair sedge does a great job of that. And the deer hair emerger, of course, much easier than, you know, its influences, the clink hammer and other sort of emerger patterns, parachutes, etc. Because you know, you don't have to tie any hackle or no hackle. So now when you get down to really small sizes, again, size is really important here, much more than the details of the pattern. So sometimes if the bugs are really, really small, you know, it's hard in the small sizes to work with deer hair. So this is a size 20 curve hook. So the dubbing is pretty much the same, but now it's much easier and much more elegant to work with snowshoe rabbit fur to make that wings that you can see and to help the fly float. In fact, Bob has a Sawyer-esque nymph that he uses that he calls the wee fly, which is basically just this dubbing, you know, tied onto a hook with a fat thorax. It's almost like a Waltz wormish sort of thing, sometimes with a bead, sometimes without. And you know, with seal's fur in the mix, you know, you can hold floating in the thorax if you want, so you can have it, you know, hang in the film pretty easily with a light hook. And in essence, the deer hair emerger is that fly with the body hanging down like a clink hammer, you know, below, and that gives that prey image and that thing below that the fish can really see and key in on and know that that's a food item and then come for it. And the wing is really for you to see. The deer hair wing idea, you know, he credits Fran Betters with a lot of ideas. The haystack, which is a fly I've tied, I'll put a link to that. You know, the use of snowshoe is another one of Fran Betters for the usual. So, you know, these great generalist fly tires like Fran Betters, Hans von Klinken, and so forth, you know, just kind of morphed into these very, very simple patterns for Mr. Wyatt. And so this is the snowshoe hair emerger, size 20. Super easy. You can leave it buggy, clip it if you want. And again, presentation here is king. Make it the right size. Maybe vary the shade a little bit if fish are taking bugs on the surface or in the film. These emergers and the deer hair sedge are great patterns to go with. And that is all. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. Take care.